Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy GQ, and I'm here with Boulevard, and welcome to the first episode of LFTB After Dark.
First of many. Absolutely. All right. Ain't no need to be introductions. They know where we are. I'm Boulevard. He's GQ. We're here all the time doing this show. We just started doing it live tonight. So if you're watching, we appreciate it. That's it. Let's jump right into it. It's a little old at this point, but Debo Samuel got traded to the commies. Is he the missing piece? Does he get him over the hump?
Um, I'll be honest, I don't think so. I don't think necessarily that he's the missing piece. I feel like they had something going, and they got as far as they did because they were competitive and good. I don't think they needed him necessarily to get over the hump. I just
Right.
felt like Philadelphia Eagles were the better team. I feel like if it were another team, like if it were the Rams,
Mm-hmm.
Commanders would have seen the Super Bowl. So I don't think he gets them over the hump. I think he adds to it, but he's not going to add much. I don't think he's the same Debo he's been for a long time. So
Definitely not that guy. No, that guy's
yeah,
long in the mirror.
yeah, I'm not a yeah, I'm not going to expect much out of the Debo and Jaden Daniels connection. It's not going to change anything.
Right. I can't help but agree with that. But I mean, I'll try to find a positive in it. He'll bring playoff experience, Super Bowl. He's been there. He's seen those games. He's participated. He's had a nice little run in the league for a few years. He can bring that much to the locker room and to the offense, to the wide receiver room. He can maybe find what's missing in McLaurin. I mean, hell, if there's any missing, they really only would make themselves better if we could get the best out of Debo. But I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know about getting it over the hump because I don't know if that does enough for them to pass the Eagles. Well, if you look
right.
overall, they're doing quite a bit. But even still, I don't know that that'll be enough to pass the Eagles. Maybe they come closer, but at best, the Redskins Commanders would be about third best team in the NFC now.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's high enough aspirations. So,
I
no,
agree.
he's not. I don't think he's the missing piece, but he's a solid piece. Hmm. Okay, moving on. Another wide receiver. DK Metcalf went to Pittsburgh for a second and signed a 5-year, $150 million deal. Yowza. How
Hmm.
is this going to turn out? Where do you see this going? Let me set the scene. Let me set the scene. Okay. I don't know how to set the scene, but I'll just say they ain't got no damn quarterback. Like,
Basically,
like barely got stayed. I don't know what the hell's going on in running back now. Sir Najee is gone or on the way out. And the receiver situation now will be George Pickens, who's not especially known for his work ethic, and DK Metcalf. From what I understand, has a similar up. So,
yeah.
how is this going to turn out? Is this going to be the season that Mike Tomlin loses his, reputation as the guy who never had a losing season because he keeps ended up 500 or slightly better?
I feel like this might be, especially the quarterback they have to find a quarterback, and I don't think they do. I don't think the quarterback situation gets any better. I pray to God that they don't go after a guy like Aaron Rodgers.
Mm,
Uh, I pray that it's not Danny Dimes.
right. Nobody wants Danny Dimes. I mean, he did sign. He signed. He has signed.
He has
But
signed.
yeah, I had it
Uh,
written down somewhere, but it's not here.
well,
He's definitely
that's
brought
what
in to be a backup somewhere. So let's not dwell on Daniel Jones right now because no one else is. But
I feel like the best bet for him for the Steelers with this addition would have been
Coach
Justin
was
Fields.
coach. He's there to compete at best with Anthony Richardson.
I
That's
feel like the best bet for him for the Steelers would have been Justin Fields.
mm,
Um, Not to say that I don't have any faith in Russell Wilson, but I'm not. Once somebody starts declining at that age, when they start declining, I don't feel like you're gonna have much left. Like you'll probably see glimpses of productivity, but me and Russell Wilson are around the same age, so I'm not gonna expect much out of him at this
yeah.
age.
The way my brain is, I tend to forget things. No, did it start off as Justin Field was the starter in Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
or was it Russ? Okay, and then Russ took over, and they had a
Yes.
little. Okay, yeah, just wanted to make sure that was correct up here. All right, so and that's it. Maybe there is some left for Russell Wilson, but we'll get to him in time
Well,
because
I
we're going
believe
to discuss that.
Yeah, well, I believe Justin Fields started out last year 5-2, and then they benched benched him for Wes. I don't know.
Okay, well. Oh, I guess I could jump onto that. Who will be the quarterback for the Steelers next season? Is it Russ or Aaron Rodgers? I had Daniel Jones on here as well, but he's gone. As we said, he's gone to the Colts. So, Russ or Aaron Rodgers? Who you got?
Joe Flacco. It'll probably be Russ. If you're gonna do that, it's gonna be Russ. I feel like Tomlin's not gonna go down that road uh, with Aaron Rodgers because I feel like you bring a guy like Aaron Rodgers with that personality to a team with Tomlin. I mean, yeah, he was able to like lower Russell Wilson's like ego a little bit to be like, yeah, humble yourself. I
Boys,
don't think,
yeah.
yeah, I don't think you can humble Aaron Rodgers, and I
Yeah.
feel you bring
You
him,
really can't at this point.
yeah, I feel like you bring him to Pittsburgh, it's gonna end badly because Tomlin's not gonna take that. Tomlin's not that guy.
Right.
And I tell you, Art Rooney, that's not Art Rooney. I'm sorry. The owner in Pittsburgh, who is the owner in
Rooney, yeah,
Pittsburgh?
Rooney. Rooney.
It's Rooney. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Arthur Blank in Atlanta. That's what it's
Mm-hmm.
okay. Art Rooney. Art Rooney's not about to let anybody come in there and dictate how he runs that organization. He's a big difference. Art Rooney's a big difference from any organization that Aaron Rodgers has been a part of or affected. It's not happening. Aaron Rodgers is not shouldn't be anywhere near the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's got to be
Right.
Russ.
Got to be Russ. Okay. Well, that answers that question. I'll move on to the next one. Cooper Cup's getting cut if he hasn't already. Where's he going?
Philadelphia.
Realistically, where's he going?
Realistically, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin's a free agent. I doubt they're going to be able to bring him back. You need to have somebody on the other side of Mike Evans. Why not go Cooper Cup? If you can't bring back Chris Godwin, you bring in Cooper Cup.
Mm.
It's no difference. He's still going to have an injury prone receiver regardless.
Right. Oh, there's a few candidates that could use his services. I mean, Buffalo could probably use his services at this point. You said Tampa. Let me go. Who the hell's in there? The Giants could use them. The Chargers could use them.
The Colts
Denver
could use
could
him.
use them. Colts could damn sure use them. Ravens could use them, even though they just picked up DeAndre Hopkins. Both of those are old guys. Hell, I mean, there's spots for him out there. So, where do
I
you
wouldn't
think?
be I wouldn't be surprised if Cooper Cup went to the Chiefs.
Mm, I'm sure the Chiefs have money issues, but if it were possible, it's possible.
You know,
Mm,
Pittsburgh is the one team that has the least amount of dead cap.
Hmm.
I think what was the dead cap for Pittsburgh on the list? It was 0.0.
Well, you see how they turn out. That's just their mean their caps at the average, their teams at the average, whatever. Not expecting much out of them even after signing Metcalf.
Yeah.
But as for the reason that Cooper Cup's getting cut, Devontae Adams to the Rams, 2 years, 46 million.
Mm.
Record scratch. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
What does this do for Matthew Stafford?
I think this regresses. This is it, like Matthew Stafford is already on the way out,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel as though they were trying to add somebody that's going to give them a spark. But what the Rams need isn't a spark. They don't need a spark. Well, they may need a spark, but I feel like you go from one old receiver to another old receiver. So I don't think you're gonna get anything different. Maybe Devontae isn't as injury prone as Cup is, but you still have to try to fit the system around Devontae. Do we know if he can
I
fit
mean,
the
he's
same
not the
role?
number one. Puka's obviously the number one over there, but yeah, they're going to have to find a way to incorporate him in with Devontae's skill set, which is declining. Yeah.
And would that work? Like I don't know if Devontae is willing to accept that he's not the number one guy anymore.
23 mil. I mean, that's a big chunk of money for not the number one guy, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is he a is who would you which like you like but who would you rather have, Devontae or Cooper Cup in their prime?
I'd rather have in my their prime Cooper Cup.
Hmm. Triple Crown winner.
Hmm.
Or Devontae Adams. Best about as good as they come. So yeah,
I
I don't
think
know.
Cup has a ring. Does Devontae have a ring? I don't know if he won the ring with Aaron Rodgers.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
That was so fucking long ago. That's ancient history now. Uh, Speaking of ancient history, Geno Smith is ancient history in Seattle. He's now a Vegas Raider. You know, I still got to mark down his Oakland because I just don't. I just say they ain't caught up to me yet. Much like I still call the commies the Redskins. I think everybody do though.
Yeah,
But yeah, Geno to Oakland reunited with Pete Carroll, and now he gets Tom Brady in his ear, showing him to eat healthy. So the TB12 diet.
I think this works.
Yeah.
I think it works. Well, do the Raiders have receivers? That's also my question. But is it going to matter? It's This is a toss up for me because I feel like Gino has shown a lot of progression from who he used to be.
Mm.
From the time he was punched in the face, he was punched out of the league essentially. Like he was
Yeah.
punched into retirement essentially.
His ass was knocked to the bench. It's like you
And
sit there and think about what you did for 3 years.
yeah, then he kind of just came out of nowhere in Seattle.
Mm.
Uh, maybe I think maybe we this is a good thing for him. You need another fresh start. You know, you got 3 years. You had a fresh start. You start to trend downwards. You need to get lifted up again with a new team. Maybe it's for another refresher for him. Going to a new team, new organization. Uh, Maybe this works for him. I don't know. It could be.
Hopefully it does. Because I
I'm a
only want
Geno
to
Smith
see
fan.
Geno Smith shine. I thought when he was coming in, he was going to be essentially, I thought he was going to be Lamar when he came in. I thought he was going to be that level good. I had that
I
high
did
hopes
too.
for Geno. And then both
Yeah,
punched him in the face. I thought both their careers up because he punched him in the face and he ended up in Buffalo the next week, if I ain't mistaken. Like he was gone that fast.
That was
And
Gino's fault.
probably
He owed
going
that
back
man
and
money. He didn't pay that
too
man
much.
his money back.
Oh, well, then, yeah, you deserve it. Let that be a lesson to all y'all out there. If you owe somebody, pay them back before they punch you in the face. One punch hurts. It hurts. And you don't want to be that person because then you're going to have to swing back. And if you swing back, you're probably going to get your ass kicked because you can't fight. Now, the reason Gino is moving on, has been moved on, was, well, not really because this happened after the fact, but Sam Darnold is going to Seattle for 3 years, 100 million, with 55 million guaranteed. Why couldn't they just give Gino that? No, I'm just playing. What does this do for Seattle now that they done lost two of their receivers and it's just, I'm not drawing a blank on his name. You know, the young boy.
Jackson Smith and Jigma.
That one, yeah.
Jigba.
Yeah.
Enigma.
The Enigma, Smith and Jigba. Yeah. That guy. So it's just him and Darnold now with the run game. Seattle go backwards or forwards with Darnold?
I feel like Seattle has already admitted that they're rebuilding.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Sam Darnold's just there to hold them over the next couple years.
I mean, if they're rebuilding, then they're not going to get low enough draft picks probably with Darnold the way he played. If he played close to what he did last year, they're not going to have a low enough pick to really necessarily get a game breaker.
I don't think he's going to play nearly as good as he did last year
Mm,
because he doesn't have Jettas
that's
or
true.
Jordan Addison.
Yeah, he had weapons over there. That is an underrated little receiver room. But
Now he got Noah Fant. Wait, Noah Fant's a free agent too, I believe.
yikes.
Rebuilding.
Yeah, well, good luck. Good luck competing for that second wild card, Sam Darnold. All right. Speaking of quarterbacks, well, yeah. I don't know how to segue. Fuck it. It's Aaron Rodgers. Would you rather see him go to the Giants or the Titans?
The Giants.
Explain how.
Because I don't know how.
Oh,
I
just
just I would just love to see him under. I would love to see a piece of trash GM and a piece of trash quarterback completely like unravel together because Aaron Rodgers thinks he's a GM.
we
Adam
just had
Sheen,
that last year with Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, I know, but it's just like Aaron Rodgers thinks he's a GM. Joe Sheen thinks he's a GM. Just let them destroy each other, and they both get fired.
Well, that I mean, that's how it's going to go down. That's really how it's going to go down. Also, Russell Wilson set to visit the Giants too, so look out for that. That could happen.
Wilson thinks he's a GM. Joe Sheen thinks he's a GM.
Well, we know one thing for certain: Joe Sheen. If he's a GM, he's not a good one. So, well, first big move was a big ass flop, and it was live on
Jesus,
television. We all heard it.
and that
Not a
ruined that show. They
mm-hmm.
ruined that show because nobody wants to
Mm-hmm.
get exposed like that ever again.
Right. I wouldn't. Shit. Well, I mean, I would assume most GMs ain't that damn cocky where they're gonna try to chump the player because they got the cameras in their face. I hope
Hmm.
most people would actually have respect, but that's Joe Shane. I don't know how dude still had his job after the way that worked out for him after and all of that. But hey, that ain't my problem. I'm not a Giants fan. Never could be. I like winners. So what you say? You say Giants, huh?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I just don't.
Uh,
Tennessee has a shot. Not much of one, but they can get Cam Ward or Shador.
yeah.
I wouldn't waste
I
time on
mean,
Aaron Rodgers.
they should be looking that way. I mean, I've been saying consistently that he should go get a
Abdul
dual
Carter.
credit in the draft, but I mean, and just write it out. But
Well, the thing about Abdul Carter is, I heard
mm,
when like there's just a whole lot of controversy with Abdul Carter. He's probably going to drop in the draft. I heard that like one of his teammates sneezed and he didn't say bless you. Like bad teammate energy. Like I heard that like he didn't open the door for an old lady, so he's like a really bad character. So I think all these character flaws is going to make him drop down to the 32nd pick in the
I
mock.
I knew these sounded suspicious because, from what I understand, he always holds doors open for old ladies. So I knew your sources were questionable. Not only does he do that, he puts his jacket down so ladies can walk across puddles. He does all of that stuff. He remembers
Yeah,
birthdays and anniversaries.
so
He
I agree with you.
cooks for his mama. Yeah, he's a
I
Titan
think
through and through.
I think if the Titans are smart, they and this I know this is gonna sound really bad. It's going a lot of people gonna disagree with me. I think they should get Abdul Carter and rock out with Will Levis. I am not convinced yet that Will Levis is a bust. Can we call him a bust because he was second round pick?
No, no, not
Yeah,
really.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I'd
you're
call
a disappointment, but you're not a bust because
yeah, yeah. I'd stick it. I'd rock out with Will Levis at this point. You got to.
I don't even know if I'd consider you a bust if you were drafted in the 20s, unless you're a quarterback.
Unless you're Jalen Rager.
Yeah, because I mean, we consider like Johnny Manziel a bust and shit like that. So,
Mm.
but that could be just because he didn't put the work in. All right.
Yeah.
We're reaching. Oh no, it was Trey Hendrickson was allowed to seek a trade. Eh. You got anything to say on that? I'm past it now. First, it was like,
Oh,
damn. But then, like, okay, maybe they're thinking smart, and this dude's only ability skill is as a pass rusher. Maybe they're
yeah.
looking at something different. Who knows?
I think Trey Henderson is going to end up. He's going to end up still being a Bengal. I don't think he gets traded. For one, he's not going to give you that much more production than anybody else right now. I mean, well, I'm wrong because he was one of the
17 and
leading.
a half sacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a sack leader. However, Cincinnati's going to figure it out. They're going to give him that money. I feel like you can't. He's not going anywhere else right now.
You can't allow
Nobody's got the
that
money.
level of a pass rusher to get away. Just pay the man what market
Yeah.
value is.
I think that, and that's what it was waiting on. I think that's what he was waiting on to see what happened with Myles Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you see what happened with Myles Garrett, he'll probably just re-sign with the Bengals
Yeah.
because you weren't going to get Myles Garrett. You couldn't get anything with Myles Garrett. Like nothing you would have traded for was going to come to it. Nobody. He's going to ask for something similar. What the
So
projected trade
feasibly,
would have been.
if Myles Garrett cleared his contract's $40 million a season on average, does that give Trey Hendrickson the right to ask for $40 million on average? How about Micah Parsons? Both of them want to be paid what they're worth. Is that the new like standard 40 mil for a top pass rusher?
It could be. I don't think anybody should be getting that much money, but
Mm-hmm.
it could be.
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be looking for some. Trey Hendrickson's basically going to be out there looking for somebody that's going to show the interest to get the Bengals interested. Once the Bengals are interested or someone shows that interest, then the Bengals will probably come back with an offer. Because I feel like they're not going to let Trey Hendrickson go. Because you're not going to just let go of 17 and a half sacks.
Right. And he leads over the last 2 seasons. He leads the league in sacks, if I'm not mistaken. That could just be because of this year, but leading is still leading.
Yes.
And if somebody leads the league in sacks, then his value is probably about what the top of the market is for pass rushers.
Yeah.
That's
Agreed.
just obvious. So All right. What's next? Justin Fields to the Jets. 2 years, 40 million.
Jets go to the playoffs this year.
That's not even as much of a stretch as you think it is. I
I
mean,
know.
we're
They
just
had all the
waiting for Justin Fields to figure it out. I mean, he's not going to be the best of the best, but he could peak somewhere around like the 18th, 19th best, 17th best quarterback in the league. And that would be a success story.
Yeah.
I mean, he's reunited with Elijah Moore. I think it was Elijah Moore. They probably have instant chemistry from college. Got a solid running game. The line, but the defense. There's many pieces over there, so there's a team that's capable. You just need common sense upstairs, common sense holding the whistle. Not that Salah was that bad, but if you're the coach of the New York Jets, and you consider the history that we've heard recently about the teenage sons being in the meetings making decisions, and if the owner asking them questions and they're going to Madden ratings to tell the answers, like it doesn't matter who the coach is, you're fucked. You're shit out of luck. You got stupid people paying you. You can do whatever you want probably, but that don't mean it's going to go well because you got stupid people running the ship, and they can't stay afloat. So how the hell do you expect to stay afloat? So there's no. I mean, it doesn't matter who's there. Even if they come out, they do make the playoffs. They're not going anywhere because they're the Jets. It'll end in a butt fumble or something stupid like that. They're the Jets. They're going to jet. Just enjoy the suffering.
Jets. That's what it means.
Mm-hmm.
I never put two and two together, probably because my brain is deteriorating. I'm smooth brain right now. I like it. I like it. I want him. They're gonna go to the playoffs. They're gonna be number one seed in the AFC.
Right. Sure. All right. So a potential number one seed in the AFC, especially after this, maybe. DeAndre Hopkins is going to Baltimore. He's going to be hanging up in Middle River. We're playing baseball with the kids in Swans Park, having a picnic up on Federal Hill over in Southside. Go see Fort McHenry up the street from Francis Scott Key. All right. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins is going to Baltimore.
You gonna play throw up tackle at Berry Circle?
Mm-hmm. Play for the Southwest Baltimore Christian Warriors.
Man.
Yeah.
I don't think he does much.
Man, I wouldn't say he's washed, but he's on top of the washer being pre-treated.
Yeah, he's not going to come out and put up massive numbers. No. He won't put up massive numbers. He's just not going to be the type of person to score. He's not going to come in there and change what's going on because Lamar Jackson did what he did last year.
Yeah, I like this signing more for the sake of Zay Flowers. It gives him somebody to watch and look and, see how to do this shit every day, see what it takes. And if you're going to learn from a veteran receiver, there are far worse to learn from than DeAndre Hopkins. He's done it. He's had at least mild success in most teams. He has a high catch rate. He gets when he can give you the little tips and tricks. He can show Zay how to handle the weight room, how to handle the dietary functions, how to handle the film study, look for the tips and tricks to make him a better receiver out there. I believe that's where this will be more effective. Sure, Hopkins will probably get like 6 touchdowns, 50 catches, but it'll be more of this.
Yeah.
That'll be useful to the Ravens and their younger receivers. That's what I think. So what's you got any questions?
I don't have any questions. I gotta go back and do some Googling when I get out of here. But
All right.
yeah.
Well, we made good time. Got it at about a half hour. That's about what I was hoping for. We can shut it down.
All right. Well, we shut it down. Thanks for people who came in
Hmm.
and watched, and you
We'll
guys
be
have a
back.
good night.
Yeah,
Sleep well.
we'll be back with more of these. We won't. I mean, this is just the beginning. Expect more of these live episodes late night. Get you caught up with this, what you missed while you was out on the clock and all of that. Just come home, pop in your steak in a damn microwave, and come watch us while you're eating and watch Family Guy. We'll be
Mm,
here. Come
the
check us
steak in the
out.
microwave is diabolical.
Right? Live from the bench after dark. We'll be. Just come see us again.
Thanks for hanging.